What screams I have a crush on you? If they laugh at everything you say, there's a good chance they're crushing on you. Me. My mom died yesterday. I don't want to live anymore. Her? Dies of laughter. You stay up talking to them multiple nights in a row and up your entire sleep schedule. Source. I knew a former co-worker was into me because of how much extra attention I got from her. Everyone in general was nice, but she was extra nice. She'd bring me snacks. Eventually started giving me small presents. Would tell me to go on my break even if I already knew it was time. I knew she trusted me when she gave me her laptop to take home for a few days so I could learn to use it and then teach her. Besides that, her actually asking me and being curious about what I'd really like for Christmas also helped in letting me know she cared. I did a lot of things that should have let her know I cared, liked her. But I guess I should have done more. Boy. How are you? Girl. I'm good. How are you? Boy. I'm good. How are you? Being in college and getting up at 7 AM to have breakfast with her when you have no classes at all that day. Edit. Benign insults and picking on each other. But never admitting a compliment for fear it would be misconstrued as creepy or give away the crush. Typically only others can see it. Longing looks and nervous conversations. That's me unintentionally. See ya in chemistry. I don't have chemistry. Who are you? Giving them a drawing you did of them. It took me like 3 hours to finish the shading on your upper lip. When the group laughs. Literally everyone as soon as I get a girlfriend. Drunk calling texting. Next day call text to apologize for the night before because they were drunk. I feel attacked. Laughing the loudest at their jokes. Using their name a lot. Always looking at them. Comments on every Facebook status. Likes on Instagram. Welp. My mom has a crush on me. Edit. When someone gives you E.g. gum. Man. I think I actually read this on Reddit ages ago. But after hearing a funny joke and laughing, people tend to look toward the ones they admire, feel close to gauge their reaction. It's not exclusive to crushes, but it's very telling. They're happier to see you specifically, even though they can barely hold a conversation with you. I used to have a crush on a girl whom I nicknamed Girl. Everyone else called her Girl because of me. One day without realizing it I started using her real name. Everyone else caught on instantly except for her. It was awkward. Accidentally tweeting your crush's name at 2:00 AM. I mean, you're meant to search it. But it's late at night. Damn it. And you want to make sure they don't have a boyfriend, even though you're too chicken to ask them out. Oddly specific this one is. Poking their palm up against yours to compare hand sizes. Flashbacks from high school. I once spotted my crush with her back to me at the other end of a lobby, so I rushed over and kinda play kicked her leg. No idea why. But accidentally kinda kicked her leg for real. I wasn't even that young. I'm sorry too. Accidentally liking a Facebook status update from 2007. I feel like a pretty good tell that I've mainly noticed in myself is when someone acts the opposite social style they usually are around a specific individual. For me, I'm very shy, introverted, and have social anxiety. However, if I have a crush on someone, I all of a sudden am able to start and carry on conversations, not always gracefully though, and try to talk a little louder confidently. I laugh, smile more, whereas with other people I usually come off a little monotone and emotionless. I get more playful with a crush and so on and so forth. I have had very loud, extroverted, boisterous friends who, upon getting a crush on someone, become the total opposite around the crush. They get meek and timid and shy and overly conscious of what they're saying and how they're saying it. It's really interesting. Apparently if they yell I love you and hug you after you help them fix a rather pesky bug in their code, They're not just really grateful for your debugging help. I can see that happening without any ulterior motives. I've confessed love to someone for fixing a damn spreadsheet. After all, when I'm sat next to someone and our legs touch and they don't move their leg away, I start thinking about the rest of my life with that person. I'm so lonely. Always finding an excuse to be near said crush. Once I ate lunch 2 times because my work crush invited me out to the food trucks. When they ask to see your Bionicle collection. When they come over to watch March Madness in July and take a shower in your hotel room when you believe you have a smug bedbug problem. Saying things that make you wonder why did I say that as you are falling asleep. My crush used to do this fun thing in theater where she would act offended if I said something slightly offensive, making me scared I offended her. She knew I had a crush on her, I think. Close bracket. I then told her, trying to compliment her, "You're really good at, like that pretending thing you do. You know? Acting? Yeah, acting. I'm an aspiring actor by the way. Semicolon. TL. DR. I forgot the word acting in front of my crush. Hitting your leg while you sit next to her. Grabbing you as you walk past. We are in our 30s. There was a girl who worked at a cafe who had a crush on me. Sometimes when I would start heading out, she would say no, come on, stay a while longer. I'll buy you some nachos. That's pretty damn hard to turn down. So she'd buy some nachos on employee discount and make a badass plate of nachos and then we'd sit and share it. Yeah, that's crush territory. Edit. I explained how things panned out underneath here. It's not a fairy tale ending, but it is a happy one. We weren't meant for each other that way. I was meant to give her the help she so desperately needed, and she was meant to teach me a lesson in the power of listening and giving about someone beyond sex. We both changed each other's lives for the better. Over the course of a few months. Touching. If they are touching you more than the average person touches you. And or more than they are touching everybody else. Lots of eye contact, or in some cases barely any, and smiling and red face is usually the first sign. Suggesting things in common in conversation and light touching. X. Talking and looks at your arm and lightly lifts your shirt sleeve. Oh, is that a tattoo? I have one in the same place. Most of the time you can just tell. People have a certain look in their eye talking to their crush. Compare the face they make talking to someone else versus talking to you if unsure. Read every single comment. I can honestly say nobody has a crush on me. Looking at all of these has helped me realize that nobody has a crush on me. Not gonna lie, I'm really bad at picking up on hints like these. In high school, a girl told me she wasn't wearing any underwear while we were alone, and I made a comment how it must be breezy in the dress she was wearing. I was asked, "Are you single? And what are your thoughts on relationships?" I have a crush on you. I have a crush on you. They kiss me. Otherwise I have no clue. Yeah, but then again. Playing with your hair. Long stares. Biting your lip. Being affirmative and supportive to everything you say. I thought that those were for a bit further into a relationship before realizing that you is describing the reader's actions. Not the reader having these actions enacted upon them. Big smiles and wide eyes. Glances when they think you're not looking. They look away when you see them, sometimes smile back. They wave at you. They smile. They sometimes go out of their way to run into you. Sometimes they follow you. They look miserable when they don't get to see you. But when you do get to look at each other, it's like you both reinvigorated with energy. You just yearn for the other. Anxiety. Oh. I have a crush on rush hour traffic. I love you, rush hour. It's probably just me. But being standoffish. I totally adore this girl right now, and since I'm socially ed, I did my best to remove her from my life. It wasn't until last night that it was brought up, and I apologized to her for being an asshole like that. The look away. Inviting you to groups. trying to sit next to you. I'm reading through this entire thread and hoping nobody noticed me doing this stuff with a girl I like. You can tell a girl likes you by the position of her ankles. If they're behind her ears, she likes you. Based on recent experience. I read what screams I will crush you and came here to say the Hulk. I stand by my choice. The Hulk is my answer. A raging erection whenever you see them? If it's a teenage boy, that's like their natural state. Even a puff of wind can make a teen hard. They don't call it a stiff breeze for nothing. Laughing at every single thing you say. Even if you aren't trying to be funny. They're outside your bedroom window. When you ask them on a date on a day they're unavailable but they suggest the next day they are available. There's a name for this but I forgot what it's called. Rescheduling. I waited for this girl's train who was my crush for an entire university year to try and get her interested in me. Even watched as multiple trains that I can't take home left just so I could be on her platform. It took 3 months to get to talking. 6 months to getting each other's socials. 10 months to be friends who sat at university. Then 12 months to talk till midnight and later each night. Nothing. So I stopped seeing and talking to her. 1 week later she calls me up and wants to hang out. I said I had a party and she begged me to let her be my +1. We went. Hooked up after a few. And she stayed over. She's been my girlfriend for 2 years now and we are about to move in together. IDK what the moral of the story is but I guess trying hard gets you nowhere. Or you don't know what you got till it's gone. Humans I would imagine. Probably teenagers. Damn teenagers. Comma. When girls play with their hair or groom themselves. Physical touch like if they make a joke and laughing while grabbing their arm. This is the classic one but I just don't buy it. I have friends who are notorious for always playing with their hair regardless of who is in the room. I'm a dude with long hair and I occasionally play with it when I'm distracted. If you start seeing someone around where I am more than usual. I'm always lingering around my crush. Walking past him 100 times on break. I can't even help it and I'm screaming in my head stop being so obvious. It's year 12. We're still in high school. Class just finished. Me and my friends are chilling in our favorite place. Me. Hey guys I need help making a movie for media studies. Who's in? Him. Hand shoots straight up like he's still in class NE. Tries to dial it back slightly. Haha I mean. Oh. Hell yeah I'm in. Nothing. These comments have me really confused now. Becoming a recluse because it's too late. Hey. Watching you through your window, where you don't have curtains. Tracking your activity with an old phone of yours they stole. Abducting your ex-boyfriend. You know. Stuff like that. I knew I had a crush on my so when I started to prioritize his text messages over others. We met online. I'm a lazy texter normally. 2-3 business days for a reply but the minute I saw his name pop up I'd get giddy and have to reply. Girl who is out of my league. You're cute her friend. She really likes you girl. Nods positively to this looking back. I think I should have done something about that. Staring. Licking lips while at the same time slowly moving their index finger in an anti-clockwise direction around their left nipple. Only on the left and only ever anti-clockwise. The other direction opens the door to the basement. The rear door. It can be messy down there. Or even with context. Sit on my face and tell me that you love me. I'll sit on your face and tell you I love you too. Am I the only one here to see how obvious I am? I was thrown a curveball. A girl I know out of the blue started talking to me more. Sending me funny things. Etc. When we hung out she would put pics of me on her Snapchat. She started to take an interest in motorcycles, my passion, even though she had never been interested before. She also began to do this trust fall type of thing. where she'd routinely fall all over me. She would wrestle me and constantly poke me. 2. I though okay. This girl totally has a crush on me. When I broached the subject, she acted slightly offended and denied ever liking me. I felt like a massive idiot. See why guys suck at making moves sometimes? Because a girl like that will just leave us forever questioning our judgment. If she takes off her shirt and tells you seductively do me daddy. I don't know. It depends. I mean sometimes that's what girls do. So you really just gotta keep looking for clues. I do at my girlfriend. Romantic crush. Almost 6 years in. Still bringing her breakfast to the bed whenever I can. Actual reason. She gets quite frisky if I awaken her with fresh chocolate eclair and bakled goods. If she has had a hard day before. Sometimes when someone has a crush on you, they'll make you a mixtape to give you a clue. Find yourself from laughter on a porch is a good start. Asking for phone number. When a girl lies down in your lap when you're not even dating. Edit. Whoa. I was not expecting all this attention for this. Thank you. Apparently not for me. Supposedly just friendly cuddling is a thing. Looking at your mouth while you're talking. Whenever I look at a person's mouth, it's usually because I'm fantasizing about kissing them. I don't usually stare at their mouths, but when I do. The crazy overweight man wearing only underwear that asks for change at the freeway off ramp. Telling you things about herself without being asked. Especially likes and dislikes. I really like ice cream. I love Studio Ghibli movies. Etc. Whenever they inhale deeply whenever you fart. That's not a crush. That's true love. In my case, I'll look at you when you aren't looking. Then I'll stay silent and never actually show interest in you. I will stay quiet and never initiate conversation, as I have no idea what to talk about. Unless you start the conversation first. Then eventually the crush will either fade and I'll never see them again. Or I'll die. Being awkward. So I have a crush on literally everyone? That Nero track from 2011. Promises? This one girl liked arguing with me. And then she said you owe me a beer and we went to a bar and she proceeded to show me no affection. Till being able to hold a regular conversation with somebody without going full autismo spurglord puts you above 9,999% of Reddit. Me. Shooting my shot by kissing a guy I liked in the neon glow of a vintage diner. Waiting for our pizza to be ready. It worked out well. I'd love to see your band play. Socially awkward people like myself do. And then we regret it. If elementary playground tells me anything. An IG like from a picture posted in 2015. Building her a cake. Milk bucket plus sugar plus egg plus wheat. Baking her a building. When they keep on asking you if you want to play a prank on White. Eating ass. This guy eats ass. I read a while back that when in a group and they laugh or make a joke, they will naturally look at the person they want to impress. So it would be you if they have a crush on you. In my experience this is real. I would make a joke. And the girl I suspected had a crush on me would always linger an extra 1-2 seconds looking at me after the laugh had worn off. Talking on their current so. Sharing highly suggestive material. Showing up in places they know you'll see them. Nearly having a high speed chase as they try and follow you home. Ha. In help. It. People making the joke. Screaming they have a crush on you. Thinking they're original. Fidgeting around you and laughing at your jokes, even if they aren't really that funny. Comparing hand sizes. It's the cutest. Literally taking a sip of your whiskey while she's sitting next to you. Then when you give her the playful eyebrow she says don't worry. I'll fill it for us when it gets too low. Mental note gentlemen. Irish women never let your glass empty. When he says I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. I had a friend who wasn't sure a girl was into him. To be fair, in this age of hookups you can't blame your mate that much for not being sure. Of course it depends on the situation, but it's entirely possible. I had a dream about you. This comment. Josh. Does it make me a psychopath that I know how to make people feel liked and how to get them to like you back? You compliment something that seems really genuine. Eyes. Laugh. Hair. Shoulders etc. If you're forward. You notice small changes. Haircuts. Change in makeup. New clothes and shoes and mention it. Everyone likes to feel noticed. Then share small details about yourself that will make them feel like they really know you are fair. A favorite childhood memory. etc. while getting them to talk about themselves a lot, because most people loves to talk about themselves. Be charming but not overly so. Make your conversations enjoyable but feel deep even if you aren't interested in what they're saying. Repeat what they're saying in a different way back to them. Maybe act like you have a similar experience. Add in some endearing fault like clumsiness or a slight stutter when you get overwhelmed. And mimic the way that they stand casually. Or the way they move their hands. It automatically makes people like you more. When a girl touches her hair a lot more than normal around someone she might be crushing. Doing things like absent-minded twirls around her finger while talking to them. Flipping it over her shoulder. Or exposing her neck and ears might be signs of interest. Also, look at people's feet. People may point them subconsciously at what they desire. Check if they have them pointed at a specific person constantly while in a crowd. Or even towards the door. Whatever they point towards might be a clue about what they want. If the person's pupils are very dilated when you look at them in the eyes and they're sober. People's eyes will become dilated when they get that rush from looking at a crush, so if you notice their eyes flashing larger after eye contact is made, they may be interested. This is really easy to see on someone with light blue eyes. But even dark brown ones will seem large when dilated.